Welcome to Sun Microsystems Focus on Sales TV. My name is Chris Melissinos, and I'm a sales rep out of the Southern Channels region. I'm very pleased to be the host of today's program. In fact, every month, a different salesperson will host this show. So this month, it's my turn to be the star. Once again, Focus on Sales is a monthly program commissioned by Frank Pinto and supported by Worldwide Training. The goal of this series is simple. We want to provide you, the sales rep, with practical product-focused information to allow you to be more effective in the field. In short, we want to deliver resources to help you sell more and to help you make more. With that said, let's get right to it. We're going to cover one subject in depth today, and that's our new enterprise appliance product, the SunRay 1. You may have heard about it. Its internal code name was Corona. We're going to talk about what it is, what it does, and how to sell it. On today's program, we have Sal Kovar, Director of the Enterprise Appliance Business Development Group, Dwayne Northcutt, Chief Technology Officer, Mark Canepa, Vice President and General Manager of the Workgroup Server Product Group, and Ken Oken, Vice President and General Manager of the Workstation Product Group. So let's kick this thing off first with Sal Kovar, Director of Enterprise Appliance Business Development. Good morning, Sal.
Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Listen, I guess to start, we probably want to clarify what an enterprise appliance is.
An enterprise appliance is a very simple device that allows an end user to connect to the network and be able to access applications and data in a very simple way.
So how does that relate to the SunRay 1?
Well, the SunRay 1 enterprise appliance is a very simple device. It is part of the Sun hot desk architecture that allows you to centralize all of the management and executions of applications, and it allows end users to be able to access applications in a very simple way, just like you use a telephone to access
just out on the internet. So you're seeing all
the smart card to be able to access your applications that are web done with the enterprise appliance. This is the SunRay 1 enterprise appliance. As you can see, it's a very slim design.
I was going to say it's very cool looking. Yeah. It's the first thing that catches your eye about it, actually.
Yeah, it's very attractive, and it's a very simple device. It contains a very small CPU and about 8 megabytes of embedded memory, so that you never have to upgrade anymore.
You know, you talked about centralizing the applications and the services. What other components outside of the SunRay does a salesperson have to look for when putting together a solution around this?
Well, you got to look at your overall infrastructure, the overall architecture, and that's why the hot desk architecture brings so much value to the enterprise. On the client side, there is no state. There is no applications. Nothing is running on the client side. On the server side, you're running a very small layer of software that allows for the server infrastructure to authenticate the end user, to run the sessions, to render the application execution, and then be able to transfer bits and pixels over 100 base T. So in a way, the SunRay 1 enterprise appliance becomes a display device.
Right. Well, I mean, it kind of begs the question, and one that I think is on a lot of people's mind, is this the follow-on to the Java Station?
Well, it is not. The architectures are different. The Java Station was a 3-tier architecture where you had local processing, you had a Java operating system, and you had a hot Java browser to deploy your applications. The SunRay 1 enterprise appliance architecture is different because it has no state. Nothing runs on the client at all. It is running in a Netscape browser, all your applications, but the Netscape browser is actually running on the server infrastructure.
So what kind of applications are we talking about? I mean, the Java Station obviously had Java, but this does a whole lot more.
The beauty of this concept is that you're able to run any Solaris applications, any Java applications, any HTML applications, and we have a really strong story with interoperability to be able to access NT applications. So it really brings an excellent value proposition to the end user because it delivers a very rich, instant, constant application environment. It delivers multimedia. And at the same time, to the IT manager, it delivers the value proposition of centralized management. So you don't have to worry about what's on the client. All you have to do is manage your server infrastructure.
So great. So we're talking about consolidation of server infrastructure. We're talking about, I guess, low total cost of ownership on the desktop and a robust, scalable configuration that can be built with this.
And you're talking about consolidating all of the desktop infrastructure into one manageable node. So now instead of running 100 PCs, you run one server with 100 sessions. Right. So you're basically collapsing the network and centralizing into one manageable node. Just that in itself is an incredible value proposition to a CIO of a company.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Well, let me ask you a question. How does the SunRay One enterprise appliance fit into Sun's overall strategy?
Well, when you look at Sun's strategy, okay, it's about .com in the world, right? And it starts with the datacenter.com. It moves on to the portal.com, and it moves on to the webtop.com, which actually executes in a number of network business appliances. So the SunRay One architecture, the hot disk architecture, is really the last mile of Sun's .com strategy. So it fits right into selling a complete architecture and infrastructure to deploy web-based applications in a web economy.
So it's a great way for sales reps to leverage the power of Sun all the way up to the desktop, something that in the most mass market sense has eluded us for some time. This really gives the opportunity to get into that space and provide a full front to back end solution for the customer based on our .com vision.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. So Sal, what are some of the product benefits of the SunRay One?
You know, Chris, what's interesting to customers is the simplicity of the model, the value proposition on total cost of ownership, and hot desking. But before I go into benefits, we shot a demo a couple of weeks ago when the product code was still Corona.
Right.
And that really illustrates the excitement of hot desking. So I'd like to roll that video. Alicia Stanger will illustrate how hot desking works within the work group environment.
Great.
So now that you've heard all about Corona, let's see it in action. I have with me 2 Corona desktop devices. You'll notice we have the standard Solaris login and password. However, to illustrate the hot desk technology, I'm going to use a smart card so I can show you my session mobility. So I insert my smart card into the Corona device, and what pops up should look familiar to all of you, the standard CDE desktop. Now Corona has some cool features. One is its ability to run full motion video. Let's watch some video. Using the Show Me TV, I'm going to play an MPEG file. And in addition to running video, Corona supports 48 kilohertz 16-bit CD quality sound. Let's listen to some audio. Now let's say I want to go show my colleague what I have running. I simply take my smart card, walk over, and insert my smart card into their Corona. As you'll notice, my session follows me because everything's running on the server. Now, in addition to running audio and video, I also have my Netscape browser so I can check our stock price. Now, as far as being able to do work, I have the Star Office package from Star Division running. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So for those of you who are familiar with Star Office, it's a productivity tool similar to Microsoft Office with a spreadsheet, text editor, as well as a presentation package. Let's open up the Word document. So open up the text document, and I'm going to just type some gibberish. I'm going to put my caps lock on, continue to type some more, and go over and show my boss what I'm working on. I take my card into his office, insert my card into his Corona, and as you'll notice, my session follows me, even the caps lock. Now, I know many of you encounter customers who have the need to access Microsoft applications. Well, from a Corona device, users can access Microsoft applications using NT 4.0 Terminal Server Edition as well as Citrix MetaFrame. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Microsoft NT. You'll see here I have the Microsoft NT environment running within my CDE desktop. Let's go ahead and open up Office. I'm going to open up Microsoft Word, and I'm just going to type some random stuff in Word. And I'm going to take the data that I've just typed, and I'm going to copy it, open up my Solaris text editor, and I'm going to paste the text in between my NT environment into my Solaris environment. Now, in today's heterogeneous environments, this feature is nice to have. Let's go back to the music. What I'm about to show you, I doubt you'll expect to see in a demo. But let's say I were to lose power. I'm going to pull this power supply from my Corona device. If you are working on a PC or a workstation, this would cause you significant downtime, not to mention loss in data and applications. With Corona, I reinsert the power supply. And what it's going to do is it's going to tell the server, hey, I'm back. And within seconds, we're going to be right back to where we left off. We haven't lost any downtime, and we haven't lost any data. So as you can see with Corona, we're really providing users server-class performance to the desktop, as well as a user experience that is multimedia rich and allows them to access applications running on a variety of servers. Now for administrators, we're offering them a zero administration desktop. All the administration, all the management, all the upgrades are taking place back at the server.
Now that we've seen the demo, Sal, can you summarize some of the product benefits?
See, the SunRay One enterprise appliance delivers to customers and end users simple, instant, constant, highly available it is part of the server infrastructure, and that is a real key benefit to customers, both at the IT management level as well as the end user.
Great. Well, we're talking about desktops, so inevitably the question that's going to come